our bonus day for our challenge. I'm very excited to see people are already on. For those that are on Facebook, let me go ahead and pop this in really quick so that you know if you do want to be highlighted or have your name up on the screen, you've got to click on that link so that I know who you are, simply because for whatever reason, Facebook doesn't show us the names of people. However, if you are joining from YouTube, then we do see your name and we'll, basically know who you guys are. So, hello, hello, hello. This is our bonus day for our total technique challenge. We changed things up. As you all know, we normally do our Operation Pro Cheer challenge, and we wanted to just give you all fresh new content. So, this entire week, that's what we've been doing. If you can, just let me know where you're joining from and just confirm that you can indeed hear me. As you can see, I am in a different location. I am not at the studio where I have been all week. I am actually kind of in my backyard. So I have an apartment like literally right there. And this is where I come to work out. I mean, look at it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Unfortunately, there is a highway right here, not a super big one. So hopefully you all can hear me okay. But it's gorgeous here, guys. Like, West Virginia gets a bad rep, or I would say they just don't get as much credit as they should because it really is a gorgeous state. The weather is beautiful. It's absolutely amazing. So, what we're going to do today is cover mindset. And this, in my opinion, is the most important day. So before though I continue, if you could just make sure, if you can, put in the chat to let me know that y'all can hear me okay. Um, okay, good. So Malika says, I love your backyard. Thank you. So I'm assuming she can hear me. Good to go. So today is about mindset, and those of you all that have gone pro or are in the process of going pro, or if you just at all had any experience, in all honesty, of pushing for something that's kind of out of your comfort zone or going for a new goal or anything like that, you know that your mindset plays a huge part in your success. And I know that I really don't have to tell you that. But a lot of people don't realize the importance of your mindset and the importance of making sure that you do kind of like a workout for your brain and a workout for how your mind thinks and the thoughts that go through your mind. It's just as important as a workout for your biceps and your triceps and everything else. You've got to practice, you've got to work on strengthening your mind. Okay. And so that's really what we're going to be talking about today, is just really making sure that you all understand the, just practices that you can use on a regular basis to strengthen your mindset so that you can go pro. So super, super excited about today, and even more excited about our guest that's going to be coming on. I'm going to do things a little differently. I am actually going to bring her on relatively soon, like in the next couple of seconds, because I really want you all to, kind of kick things off and hear from her, hear how she used different mindset, techniques through her journey of becoming a pro, and ask any questions of her. And then I will close out with some additional information. So without further delay, as you can see on my screen, we have MaKayla, who is joining us. She is a professional cheerleader for the Baltimore Blast. Super, super excited for her because she had to juggle so many balls to make this happen and to make this work for her. So I'm going to bring her on now. So hello, hello, hello. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
Yes, of course. So what I would love to do to kind of just kick things off is if you could just introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about your background in dance, what you're currently doing as far as school, all of that, how you found sideline prep. So basically your journey to becoming a professional cheerleader.
Sure, yeah. So I actually decided I wanted to pursue professional cheerleading when I was graduating college and realized that my cheer career would be over, and I didn't want that to happen. So when I was graduating, it was the start of the pandemic, and I was just scrolling through Instagram, and then I saw a sideline prep ad, and I was like, wow, I could be a professional cheerleader and maybe not give up what I like to do. So I started my senior year of college working on technique and dance because I grew up as a competitive cheerleader and I never had that technical background or that dance studio performance background. So I wanted to make sure I had the skills I needed when I went to an audition. And I discovered sideline prep and I discovered techniques and different things I could do to make it easier for me when I auditioned. But I was doing all that while I was a senior in college, pursuing my bachelor's in computer science and mathematics. And while I was pursuing my degree, I was also still on my cheer team. I was doing public policy debate, and I was doing a lot of other clubs and activities. So it was a lot of things to juggle to try to make my dreams a reality. And sideline prep helped with so much more than just like, what do I do to become a professional cheerleader? They helped me figure out how to plan my day, how to fit this stuff into my schedule, and how to make it really happen and become a reality. So once I graduated from the program, I took a year off just to like travel and have fun as a graduate and to apply to my master's program. And once I got into my master's program, which is at Georgia Institute of Technology as a master's in computer science, I decided it was time to actually go and pursue a professional cheerleading audition and try to make a team. And I went out for the Baltimore Blast because some of the people in my Pro Cheer Playbook class were also Baltimore Blast cheerleaders. And I looked up to them and I asked them, like, what's a good team? Are they in my area? How can I get it? And how to make it happen? And they were so nice and they helped me along the way. And I ended up making the team. And as you can see, there's some pictures of me on the blast. And it was an amazing experience. And I loved every moment of being on the team. Unfortunately, our season recently ended at the playoffs and we didn't make it all the way, but I still had a really great time and a really great experience. So that's my story.
Awesome. And it's such an impressive story because of the fact of your academics and just how you were able to still do all of the things and still be so successful in school. So, talk a little bit just about how you were able to prepare for pro cheer, be a part of the program, level up in so many different areas of your life, but also get the grades. I mean, like a master's program. I mean, it's just so impressive. So talk a little bit about your time management and just how you were able to do all of those things.
Sure, yeah. So in my undergraduate, I was actually able to graduate with a perfect GPA of 4.0 in computer science, which is something that's usually not done at my university or other universities because of how hard the coursework is and how many hours it takes to do some of my assignments and some of my programming things. And before I would stay up, before sideline prep and I found mindset things, I would stay up all night doing all my work and I'd be exhausted and it was just terrible. But then I learned about time blocking, which is a savior. And I'm sure Janine is going to go over this with you. But just as a little primer, it's basically you have so much time in your day. And if you plan for it, you're able to see how much time you have and dedicate the right amount of space so that you don't have to stay up past 10 p.m. to get things done. You can get everything done throughout your day. And I actually, while I was doing my undergrad, I was a TA. I was a peer tutor teaching others computer science. I was a cheerleader. I was a policy debater and actually nationally ranked policy debater. And I just knew I wanted to graduate valedictorian. I wanted to do all the things. And the only way for me to do it and keep my sanity and keep my sleep schedule was to learn to time block and to just make sure everything fit in my day. And once I was able to time block, I noticed there's so much extra time that I could dedicate to technique classes, that I could dedicate to learning a new programming language, that I could dedicate to bettering myself that I didn't even know was there. And it's just, you just discover so much time in your day that you thought you didn't have when you time block and you write it all down. So that was a really big one. Another thing that really helped me when I started doing pro cheer related things was that you can stack your habits, right? So I brush my teeth every morning like everyone else, but I also do my feet technique drills and my releves and my points while I'm brushing my teeth because I'm already doing that every day. So if I just stack it on top, I already know it's going to get done because it's on a habit that I already have created. A lot of times when you try to create habits just out of the blue and just add them maybe before you go to bed or something like that, it's easy to forget them and fall off. But if you add it to something you're already doing, you kind of can't forget it, right? Like you're not going to start brushing your teeth and then like forget to do it because it's something that you've been doing since you were a little kid. So I think stacking your habits, time blocking, and then the last thing I would say is post your goals, right? If you want to accomplish something, remind yourself of it. I have my goals like posted on my wall all around my room. I have it on my lock screen, on my phone, and it's just a vision board of everything I want to accomplish. When I was a senior, I made my vision board to get into Georgia Tech because they are the #1 school for computer science. And I knew that to get into Georgia Tech, I needed my grades to be on point, I needed letter of recommendations, and I needed extracurriculars to be top tier. So I had that on my vision board. I had professional cheer because I was someone who didn't have technique. I had getting a double turn on my vision board and learning how to spot and learning what the terminology and leaps were on my vision board. And you can put whatever you want on your vision board, find whatever goal you think is best for you to set, and then just post it. Remind yourself every day what you're working towards, because it's easier if you have a constant reminder. And it doesn't even have to be big things. So just think about that. I think those are the big 3 for me. Yeah, time blocking, building your habits, and posting your goals everywhere. Anywhere
Yeah.
you see them.
Well, this just makes me so excited because, obviously, one of the goals that we have in Sideline Prep is to help you go pro, which you ended up doing. But for me, my goal, as you know, every other Monday, we have the mindset calls, we have the elite program, and we really try to make sure that we're helping women become better versions of themselves from the inside out. And so when I have these interviews and I listen to you all and you are talking about things that we discussed and that we went over in the program that you trusted in me to then go implement, and it's changed your life, it just makes me so happy. And I remember us having that conversation and talking about time blocking and you telling me your schedule and how late you would stay up. And we were at that time trying to talk, talking about the importance of working out and getting in your meals and doing all of the things. And you're just like, well, when, where, how? Like, it's just not possible. And so time blocking, but talk about how did you hear it, absorb it, say, okay, that might work, because people do that all the time, right? People read books, they listen to podcasts, they, read personal development, videos, or, whatever it is, they hear the things that they should be doing, but then the problem is implementing it. So how were you able to hear it and learn it, but then actually implement it and actually like do the thing?
Yes. So for me, I'm big on just give it a try, right? Someone might tell you something and it might not work for you, but you're not harmed in any way by just giving it a try. Give it a try for a week. See if it changes anything, see if it makes things easier, see if it makes things better. When I first heard time blocking, I was like, I don't know. I mean, I do schedule things, right? There's things on my calendar. That's close enough to time blocking. But no, I wanted to see what it was about. I wanted to see if it was actually something that could work for me and just give it a chance, because if all of these people are saying it worked for them, maybe it would also work for me. And it didn't hurt me at all. Like, it didn't take anything out of my day to just give it a try and to do it for a week. And so what I did was, we were given a time blocking planner where you could just plan out your day by the hour. And I just wrote down everything I had to do. I made a to-do list. I made a commit to 3. I really just dove right in for that week. And then I stopped and looked back after the week and I was like, I can't go without this. I got to keep going. Like, it works. Everything's fully planned. I know what I'm doing in my day. And there's no like lull periods where I'm like not doing something that could benefit me. So I think I would just say, if you hear something and you're a skeptic, there's no harm in giving it a try, right? If it doesn't work out, if you time block and you hate it and it's the worst thing ever, that week still went by, you still got everything done. Maybe that just isn't the way to plan for you, but you're able to just test it out and see before you just, let it go in one ear and out the other, because it might be something that will really benefit you and make your lifestyle easier to get through. So that's
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's perfect advice. And so Janet, who is in our chat helping you out, if y'all have questions, Janet is going to help you out. But she definitely says time blocking is a lifesaver. So she is another PCP grad, lovely elite member who uses time blocking on a regular basis. And it really is absolutely amazing when it comes to just busy women. And that's what we are. I mean, I tend to attract people that are achievers. You are an ultimate achiever. And so it just, when you discover something that you enjoy, you want to share with everybody. And that's how it was with me with time blocking. So I'm glad that you brought that up. The other thing was the habit stacking. And so I love that you brought that up. So for those that don't know, there was a book that I recommended to our PCP lovelies. It was called Atomic Habits, but I pulled a couple of the suggestions from the book and shared them. And one of them was habit stacking. And so for those of you all, I want to underscore what she said. She does not have a technical background, but she is still on a pro team. But she worked on her technique. And one way she did that, I love what you said, right? Because we talked about this, well, when you're in the kitchen and you're cooking, just go ahead, go up and relevate. Like, you could be practicing and doing all of these things in day to day life. And you took that and you were doing that when you were brushing your teeth.
Yeah. And it just helps so much. Like, it's just the little differences, because when you don't grow up in dance, you don't even notice that, like, your feet need to be strengthened. You need to point your toe a certain way. And it's just, you have to build that muscle memory in your feet that might be there for former dancers that isn't there for like a competitive cheerleader like me. So it's just taking the time to just do it when you're doing other stuff that don't require your feet, right? You could be doing anything, just under the table doing points at dinner or anything like that.
Most definitely. All right. And then so let's talk about, because today is about mindset. And you mentioned you don't have a technical dance background. I didn't have a technical dance background either. So, how do you push through, like looking around, at auditions and all of these amazing dancers that are spinning and turning and leaping and all of this stuff? Um, how do you push through that at auditions when you know you're not necessarily at their level, but you have been working to get better? What what are you saying in your mind? What are you doing to keep pushing forward and feeling confident about what you're bringing to the table at an audition?
So one of the things I learned actually from you in our PCP group was that you don't have to compare yourself, because you could both make the team, right? It's not like we're all competing for one singular spot. You could all have a chance to get what you want. So I think one of the biggest thing is not comparing yourself and like making your own score sheet, because you don't know what the judges are looking for, right? So if you just focus on showing them your best and what you're good at, it'll be a lot easier to just get through the audition, instead of like staring at someone else and trying to pinpoint, oh, she's doing this better than me. Maybe that's what the judges are going to look at and they're going to mark points off. We don't know. That could not even be a criteria, and you've already psyched yourself out and you made it harder. And you don't have to. You can just go in and do your very best, and just that's all you can do, and just hope for the best. I
Yep.
think.
Love them. Love that.
I
Yep.
think.
I call it compare-itis, right?
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful. I wasn't sure if there was anything else that you wanted to say. I felt like I cut you
Oh,
off.
no, you're good. I was just gonna say another thing that really helped is to try to, when a negative thought comes in, just replace it with a positive one, right? So a lot of times you go into an audition, and you're like, I'm nervous, but replace that with, I'm excited. I'm about to show them my skills. I'm going to show them what I'm good at, what I like to do. Because I mean, if you're at an audition, you probably love to dance, right? You love to perform. So you're just going to get the chance to show them that. So instead of going in and telling yourself, I'm nervous, I'm this, I'm freaking out, just replace it with a positive thing, and it'll be a big difference, even though it's such a small fix. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like, I'm literally smiling from ear to ear because, like, so what she's talking about here is like one thing that I talked about, and it's not something that I created, but Mel Robbins, she basically, has this whole thing where you just count down. So, like, if you find yourself thinking something negative, you just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you shift your thoughts to an anchor thought, like something positive, something uplifting, something that makes you happy. And that's exactly what you're talking about. And again, just brings me joy. You're like the poster child of listen to what Janine has to say and then implement. Listen, implement. And that, I love that, because a lot of people aren't that way. A lot of people aren't. And I can honestly say, unfortunately, that sometimes I'm not that way either. I've had so many books and so many, I've taken so many training courses on how to build a business and do this. And I like obtain all this information. But then sometimes the implementation piece was the area that I fell short of. Now, when it comes to personal development, for whatever reason, I'm an implementer. Like I will implement, I will do the things, but anything that's kind of out of my comfort zone, I have a little bit harder time implementing. So let's talk about something that I know was a little bit of a struggle for you that you knew you had to get a hold of in order to make a protein. And again, around the mindset of proper eating, working out to get to an ideal weight and a healthy weight, to be successful at auditions. And adding on that extra struggle of you being in college. I don't know if y'all remember, but in college, what? Like, all you can eat, like dining facilities. Like, it's like the hardest in the world, right? So let's just talk a little bit about your mindset around you needing to make changes with your diet and with your eating, your workout schedule, and all of that in the midst of being a full time student.
Right. So for me, when we first started with nutrition and fitness with Jeanette, I was at home on break, and it was so much easier to just go to the grocery store and only buy the clean foods and portion everything into the containers and to use everything. But then when the semester started and I got on campus, and there's like dining halls of fast food everywhere, and you have your swipes that you want to use on fast food and things like that, it's harder to condition yourself and tell yourself, like, you're working towards a goal, maybe this isn't what you should be eating. And I think what was the biggest help to me was my lock screen being my vision board, right? Because I kept my meal card in the back of my phone. So when I would turn to my phone and I'd see my goals, I'd be like, well, I don't know if McDonald's is the right choice right now, right? I should be eating clean. And I just see my lock screen and I'd see the goal of being a professional cheerleader. And it was enough to like change my mindset and think about things. I think if you structure your thinking around your goals and you just keep in mind where you want to be, it's easier to work towards it. Versus if you don't have your vision board anywhere near you, you don't have the reminders, it's easier to just do whatever's in the moment. So I think that's the biggest thing for me. And also just the accountability of having like accountability buddies in the Pro Cheer program. So I would always text my buddy at the end of the day and we text each other our meals. And no one wants to report in that they had the wrong food, right? You want to report in that you had a good day. So I think the accountability of that also helped, because when you have to log it and tell another person, it holds you accountable to doing the right things.
Yes, perfect. And that's why, obviously we have that built into the program because we do know that a lot of times, not everyone is a self-starter and not everyone can just, go at it alone. A lot of times you do need that extra support to be able to help you get through something that's different, something new for you. And you're right. Like if you have to tell someone, oh, I went to McDonald's and ate French fries and a hamburger. You don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Because it's like it's crazy because I talk about this whole thing of self integrity, right? Like we will not let other people down. If we tell someone that we're going to do something, we're going to do it. But for whatever reason, we will sometimes let ourselves down, right? And it's the same thing here. We don't want to tell someone else, oh, well, I messed up. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I didn't eat what I was supposed to eat. But we'll do it in a closed room in a heartbeat when no one's looking, eating the ice cream or doing whatever it is. So I'm glad that you took advantage of that aspect of the program and decided that you wanted to, kind of be responsible to someone else and not just to yourself. And why do you think that that worked so well for you?
I think because we were both working towards the same goals, because you do get your accountability partner like matched to you, which is so great because we were both in like the same spot. That if they're working towards your goals and you're both working towards, it's just a powerful feeling when you're both accomplishing the day together. Versus if she accomplished it and then you didn't, it's kind of like, yeah, it's not as fun. So I think it's just that aspect of like you don't want to let them down, but you also don't want to let yourself down. And if you're both working towards a goal that you guys could accomplish at the same time, you don't want to be the one that like didn't meet your goals because you were slacking or you weren't checking in or doing what you were supposed to do. So I think it's just really big on the accountability to the other person. And just I'm also a person that like I'll tell myself I won't do this, but then if no one's looking, I mean, ice cream is very good at the middle of the night. So I think it's just a lot easier to be accountable to someone else.
Yeah. And then before you know it, because you are doing this on such a regular basis, it now becomes a habit. So do you feel like, I know for sure, what you were talking about, like as far as time blocking, the habit stacking, the vision boards, I love that you have your lock screen and everything, like blah, 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 blah. So those are all habits. Do you feel like the nutrition, the fitness, all of that stuff is now just a part of who you are?
I think so. I have okay, when I moved into my apartment, I have the containers. If you're not a Pro Cheer Playbook person, Jeanette has these containers that you don't have to measure any of your food. You just put them in a container. It's color coded. It's very easy. And when I moved into my apartment, I just brought the containers and I bought a new pair. And I was like, this is a habit. Wow, I just bought a pair of containers. Like this is not a normal thing on a house registry, but it's normal for my apartment. Like it's got to be there. So I think it was a habit that took longer to build than the other ones, but it was a habit that I'm definitely happy that I've built and that came over time.
Yeah, wonderful. So I want to talk about another aspect. I mean, because I just feel like you can talk about so many different things because you've done so much as part of the program. The photo shoot, right? So I'm going to put up some pictures just so people can visually see the final product. But talk about just your mindset kind of going into, because was that your first like professional type photo
It
shoot? I
was,
thought it was.
yeah.
Okay. So, because some people do, they're self conscious in front of a camera, they're self conscious about their bodies, especially if they had to work to get to a healthier weight and had to, change their habits around food and all that stuff to get there. Talk a little bit just about your mindset going into that day for that photo shoot.
Sure, yeah. So it was my first photo shoot. I had never been in front of a camera in a bikini or any audition wear, and it is a little nerve-wracking when you first walk in. But first, Barbara is amazing. She makes everything so easy, and she's very relaxing and easy to be in front of. And it's also just you've worked so hard, right? You're so close to accomplishing your fitness goals or making it as far as you have. And you should just be proud of that. I think when I walked in, I was just so surprised by the difference from when I started the Pro Tour Playbook and how I looked in bikini versus these pictures that are to the right that I still can't believe are me. But it's just so insane. But I think once you change your habits and you start doing things better, the confidence comes with it because you're confident that you were able to successfully make a new habit, you were able to change yourself, and you were able to make yourself feel better. And it's also just when you get your nutrition in check, you're happier, you have more energy, and it's easier to present yourself with confidence once you know that you've come so far in your fitness journey. I think when I walked in, I was in my head a little just because I saw some of the other girls in front of me and they were very comfortable in front of the camera, and a little bit of compare-itis came in. But then I just thought about it and I was like, you've come so far, you look amazing, you've put in the work, and now it's just time to show others and just be confident in yourself. So I think one of the big things is just know that you've done it and that if you've made it this far, you should be able to show everyone, and everyone's going to want to see, right? Like you've put in all this work, show it off, like show it to the people. So that's what I think. Hope that helps.
And you know what you mentioned about just, confidence, right? That you've put in the work. And so then that helps with your confidence. And I don't know if you realize this, you're a completely different person. I'm
Yeah.
hoping that you do see that you're a completely different person, not just physically, but just in how you are communicating with me, even just on Zoom, so we would have our Zoom sessions, we would talk, just how you're showing up is different. It definitely is different. And what's interesting is prior to the Pro Cheer Playbook program, you had already accomplished so much, academically, and you know what I mean? Like you were already a very accomplished woman, but you just weren't showing up in a very powerful way, right? Now, I see it, I feel it. It's amazing. What do you think it was? What was the click? Like what has happened over the past couple of years that has helped you to become who you are right now?
I think it's a mix of all of the mindset stuff I learned in the program and just being around so many incredible women. Like the program really puts you in a group of women who are like-minded, who are all accomplished, who are all going after their goals. And once you just meet this group of people and you stay in touch, you always stay in touch with the people from your program. I know it sounds like there's so many people in your class, but really you keep in touch with all of them. Like they're just so great people. And I think just being around that energy, it just brings something out of you and you want to show up as yourself because the people around you are showing up, right? And you've learned all these positive mindsets and you've gained confidence and you've gained just a different version of yourself that just, I don't know, it just happened one day. Really just being in the program and being around people, just the switch just happened and it was amazing. So.
Yeah, and I mean, it's only the beginning, right? It's only the beginning for you because you're making these habits a part of your lifestyle and who you are. And as you continue to do that, you'll learn more things and grow and evolve and just continue to level up. So, what is next for you? What's on the horizon? What's on your vision board right now? I haven't seen it this year, so I don't even know what's on your vision board.
I am actually at the interview stage for a NFL team right now. So on the horizon is finals. And I'm so nervous, but I'm excited and I'm ready and I'm going to go in with confidence and practice all the things I've just been preaching to you guys. So I think that's definitely next. I want to finish my master's next year at Georgia Tech and move on to my PhD program. And I would also like to continue teaching. Not a lot of people know this, but I actually teach robotics to middle school girls through the Brown Girls Code program. And the program's centered in Atlanta, but because of the pandemic, we were able to be virtual. So I was able to teach. And we're actually going to be opening up a DMV sector. And I am so excited to run that because I just love getting like kids involved in technology and robotics and just being like that representation. Like, you can do this, you can do whatever you want. Like, it is an achievable field for everyone. And so, yeah, I think those are the big three. And then just continuing with my habits, continuing to better myself as a person, and continuing to keep on my nutrition and fitness. So, yeah, those are the things.
I am literally speechless. I didn't know that. I mean, wow. So you're so impressive, even more than I even realized. It's awesome. Oh my goodness. Okay, so if anybody has any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. We're getting ready to wrap up. Like I told you, I don't want to monopolize this beautiful Saturday for you. I know you have a lot on your plate. You're gonna kill it in the interview round. Like seriously,
Thank
just this
you.
conversation and how you're showing up in such a different way. I can tell that you know that you're going in the right direction, right? I can tell that you are living in a very authentic way that's true to yourself, and you're accomplishing the things that you truly want to accomplish as a young woman. And it's just so exciting to see. And it's um I think the reason why I'm super excited is because like a lot of the things that you're sharing with our viewers, I didn't learn until like 5 years ago or last year, or do you know what I mean? I was very late in this personal development, habits, mindset realm, and you're already learning those things, and not only learning them, but you are implementing them. So we have a lot of people, and you know, because you came into our community the same way, that aren't just, they're just not there yet. They don't feel comfortable in their own skin. They don't think that they can accomplish it. They don't know how to become a positive thinker and how to do implement and how to just be a strong person mentally. So for those people that are listening that aren't where you are, that aren't where I am, but they are exactly where they need to be right now, in perfect timing, but strive to be better, do better, and to feel better. What advice would you give to them?
I would say 1% every day. Doesn't have to be a lot, doesn't have to be amazing, just 1% every day towards your goals. And it can be the smallest 1%. But as a math person, I'm just going to pull out the numbers. If you do 1% every day, you're 37 times better than where you started at the end of that year. And that's just amazing. And it's like exponential growth from just a little bit a day, right? Just carve out that time to do one thing that can better you towards your goals, and you'd be surprised at where you're at when the year's up. So, yeah.
Love that. Love that. I'm a data person too. So, oh my gosh, I love that. You guys, I mean, what were we just talking about? Was it yesterday or the day before? That you're only in competition with the person that you were yesterday, and you just need to strive to be 1% better. And I mean, I like literally, I feel like you could start like teaching all of my classes, because you are like, you're like the teacher or the coach's best student, right? And I want you all to just listen and pay attention to what she's saying, because what you should strive to do in any environment, in any situation, is be the student that is the best, right? You want to be the teacher's best student. You want to be the coach's best student. Now, for you, do you think that way, or are you just that way? Like, has this just happened because of who you are, or do you think in your head, she said this, I want to implement it? Like, what do you think in order to be who you are? Like, I'm just kind of curious because it's super impressive and I'm loving it.
Yeah. I'm actually not the type of person to implement things on their own. So like I had to tell myself, like, if you're gonna do this program, you're gonna dedicate yourself to it. And if she says to do something, you're gonna try it. It's just you're gonna have to commit to it. So for me, I think it's big on, if you say you're gonna show up for yourself, you have to do it. You have to commit and do what you say you're gonna do, because you just have to be accountable to yourself. And I know that's really hard and it takes a lot of time to become accountable to yourself. But I sat myself down and I was just like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna fully commit and try everything and implement everything and see what sticks, see what doesn't. And it just ended up that everything stuck. So
That is awesome. And here's someone on Facebook that says she doesn't have a question, but just wanted to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Comments in here, just gorgeous. You are truly, it's just amazing. Like, I really hope that you understand how accomplished you are. And I hope that you are so proud of yourself because you have really worked in so many different areas, mindset, your habits, eating, working out, interview skills. Like, you've just really done such a good job in such a short period of time. And I'm just super excited for you and excited for what's to come. And not only that, but you are the type of person that wants to give back to others as well. Like, being a teacher and being excited to be able to help other, young people grow into successful careers. That in and of itself is amazing. So I'm just really excited for you. Before we wrap things up, tell us how your first, season was as a professional cheerleader.
It was so crazy. Okay. I had so much fun though. I learned so much in the dance space because I'm not someone who came from a dance background. Even learning like the sidelines and being able to do them to any music was new for me. And then learning a routine every week from new choreographers, learning different styles. Blast just is a team that, because we do so many styles, we get to learn so many different types of dances and just learn different skills and build your skill set and become a better performer as the season goes on. And it's also just really exciting to cheer on the Baltimore Blast because they're a really good team and we'd score all the time and it's just a lot of fun in the atmosphere. And we also get to interact with the crowd and with the fans. And I enjoyed talking to some of the younger fans who were telling me about their favorite player. And we were interacting and talking about like the goals that had happened and just really making the experience fun for them and fun for myself as well. So I had a blast. Sorry for the corny joke, but I really did. And I would recommend the team to everyone. Like if it's in your area, of course, but it's an amazing program.
It really is because it's one of those growth programs. Liz is really, really dedicated to helping everyone grow as performers, dancers, in their technique, everything. And another accomplishment that we didn't even mention was that you started off as an alternate, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I was like, I was there. I was like, and that was another thing, like watching you perform as a judge and seeing you and seeing your growth and kind of for the first time seeing you in person because everything had been virtual up
Right.
until that audition. I just was like, oh, there's my baby. She's doing so good. And I was just so proud of you because the competition was crazy and you made it on as an alternate, but then you made it on the field. And so talk about just the mindset of that, right? Of, first of all, obviously you're happy because you're on the team, but then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm an alternate. But then you worked your way on the field. So talk about that mindset, like how mindset played in that process.
So when I first made the team as an alternate, I was ecstatic just to be on the team, as you said, just super excited. But then when I thought about it and I was an alternate, I was like, okay, this means I need to work. I need to set my goals and I need to accomplish what I need to be at the same level as the full teammates. And for me, that was really focusing on technique and spotting my turns and understanding how to do some of the leaps that we do on the team because I, again, didn't come from a dance background, right? So the leaps and the turns and the spotting weren't second nature to me. So I maybe the day after I made it as an alternate, I set my goals that I wanted a clean double. I wanted my splits to be fully there so that I could do my leaps and they could look as good as they could. And I would build my feet stability. So I set my goals. I signed up for technique classes. I did small group with Ellie, who's really good at pointing out technique and explaining technical things to dancers who maybe aren't in a technical space. And I just really dedicated myself in the time and just kept telling myself, like I made it as an alternate, so they saw something in me. So I just need to bring out what they saw that I could achieve, right? Because I mean, making it as an alternate isn't a compliment in itself, but to work towards the next one, it just took a lot of goal setting and a lot of just habits to build up my feet stability and just showing up for myself and going to those technique classes so that I could get to the level I needed to be a full team member.
Yep. Love that you mentioned that. So Jayanti yesterday, she was on, and so she was a graduate of our program, and now she's on her fourth year with the Ravens. And she talked about just like what you're talking about is that like once you make a team, it doesn't mean that you stop. You need to continuously improve your skills, work on your craft, and constantly improve. And so I'm assuming because of the hard work that you put in to get on the field, that's now paying off, obviously, in auditions for you currently, right?
Yes. I can see it firsthand because on Across the Floor with Blast, I actually didn't even know what half the terms were that you were saying when we were doing Across the Floor. But then Across the Floor for the current team, I was actually confident in my skills and I knew what was going on and I felt like I could really show up because I had been putting in the work and building my technique over the season. So I think it's just show up for yourself and then when you see the results, you'll be surprised and so happy that you did it.
Yes, I could literally just talk to you the entire time. This is so nice. This is so nice. So, okay, as we wrap up, I guess just any like it could be just words of advice, it could be lessons learned over this journey you're undergoing currently in. It could be, if you were to tell your younger self, any tips or anything, like whatever it is that you want to say, kind of just like your last words to our listeners as they are venturing into going pro.
I would say set your dreams a bit higher than you think you can achieve them, right? Give yourself a higher goal than you think because I was someone who was always like, I'm going to be realistic in my goal setting. And that benefits no one. You want to strive for a dream, even if it seems unrealistic, even if it seems like it'll be super hard. Just show up for yourself, set the goal, and work towards it. Doesn't matter how hard it is, doesn't matter how high. If you put your mind to it and you really commit, you can make it happen. So I would say just don't fall into the trap of trying to plan realistically. Do follow your dreams, wherever that may lead you. Just commit to them and show up for them.
Yeah, and just go for it, right? Show up for yourself. And I love that. We call them BHAGs, right? Big, hairy, audacious goals, right? Go for it and don't. And I love what you said there because even with like the SMART acronym, the A is attainable, right? But to your point, like you don't want to just do what you already know you can attain, right? Go big or go home, right? And you've done that in every area of your life. Please tell your mom, please tell your dad that you are amazing. They did a great job raising you, and I'm just so glad to have been a part of a little small piece of your journey, and super excited for what's to come. Please keep me posted. I know you have my cell phone number, so let us know how things are going. And thank you, thank you for spending a part of your Saturday with us. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being an open book because sometimes it is hard to admit that you don't have all the answers and that you had to figure it out. Sometimes it's hard to admit that you weren't the perfect weight. Sometimes it's hard to admit that you didn't have the confidence that you now have. And so I appreciate you being an open book for everyone. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I was so excited to be here and so glad that I could help if anything.
Yes, and for everyone, I want you all to keep in mind that she was in your shoes a few years ago, and now she is a success story. And I keep asking on these sessions, like, who wants to be the next success story? Like, who wants to be on here being interviewed because you put in the work and you kept your goals front and center and you made yourself a priority. And you most definitely have done that. So, again, congratulations. Have a wonderful rest of your Saturday and amazing Easter. And thank you again for joining us today.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
All right. Bye. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh, it makes my heart so happy. Like I feel like whenever I'm having a bad day, I'm just gonna come back and watch this episode right here because MaKayla really is the type of person, and I love that about her. And that's something that I feel like I need to work on as well is being a doer, right? Listening, hearing the advice, getting the steps, and then taking action on it, right? And having that type of mindset where you literally will do the work, you will do the thing, right? Instead of putting it off. And listen to everything that she's accomplished. It's because she's a doer, she's an action taker, right? So, like, what have I been saying? Like, you have to have unwavering faith in yourself that it is possible and that you can do it. And then you have to take extraordinary action. And that's exactly what she does every day, all day. And now it's second nature to her. And it's just a part of who she is. It's a part of her lifestyle. It's her habits, right? And that's what I want for all of you. That really is what I want for all of you. So if you all have any questions, please go ahead and drop them in the chat. I'm not going to hold you all long. There are a couple of things that I just want to share with you all from a mindset standpoint. point, but I also want you all to really take in what MaKayla shared as well, because these are all tools and techniques that I share as part of the Pro Cheer Playbook program. She talked about the importance of time blocking, okay? And that's literally looking at your calendar and every single day scheduling in your pro cheer priorities, scheduling in your pro cheer prep, scheduling in technique practice, scheduling in your dance classes, because what is scheduled will get done. If it's not on your schedule, it's not going to get done. So time blocking is key. Habit stacking. I loved that. If you are trying to incorporate a new habit into your daily routine, stack it on top of another habit that you already have. Okay. Because then you know that it's going to happen, right? So for example, I used to habit stack. I was going through this phase where I wanted to drink apple cider vinegar with water to help clean out my system. And so I would habit stack that right after I brushed my teeth. Now, it would taste kind of weird because I brushed my teeth, but I brushed my teeth. Then what am I going to do? I'm going to drink my apple cider vinegar. Okay. Another habit stack that I have is as soon as I get up, I make up my bed really quick, my 5 push-ups, use the restroom, and then I get my workout in, right? So you've got to figure out what's going to work for you. But anything that you're having trouble doing and you know you should be doing, stack it on a habit that you already have. She mentioned about posting her goals, right? So she does her vision boards. That's a challenge that we have in the Pro Cheer Playbook program. She puts her goals on her screensaver. She always has them up because she's always remembered or reminded of what it is that she says is important to her. Okay, so that is super, super important for you to do as well. The other thing that you can do there, one thing that we say or that we recommend is in the morning when you're journaling, go ahead and write down the 10 things that you made happen or the 5 things that you made happen, right? Those are your goals. And if you're writing them down every single day, right, you're writing them down every single day, then you're going to be reminded of them. And you're going to be reminded of, oh, I haven't done anything toward this goal. You're going to be reminded of, oh, yesterday I worked on this goal. You're going to be reminded of, okay, today I need to work on this goal. So writing them down every single day is something else that you can do, obviously. But even just having them posted somewhere so that you remember them. I mean, I joke about this and I laugh about it, and I probably need to bring my vision board here to West Virginia. But at home, I have my vision board across from the toilet. So in the mornings and every single time I go sit my butt on that toilet because I know that I'm going to be using the restroom multiple times a day because I'm always drinking my water, I'm reminded of my goals. Okay, so I know that that seems a little weird, but it's something that literally works. And it's something that I would recommend for everyone is to just make sure that you are keeping your goals front and center in your mind. Okay, she also mentioned, like I said, the lock screen and the vision board, something super, super important. She also mentioned a trigger, right? So whenever she found herself, thinking of something negative or going somewhere that she didn't want to go, she would just shift her thoughts to a more positive thought. So those are all amazing techniques, things that I want you all to kind of just say, okay, what am I going to try tomorrow? Put it in the chat. Like, what are you going to try tomorrow? Out of what MaKayla mentioned, out of her recommendations and her suggestions, what's one thing, just one change that you're going to make tomorrow? For me, I'm going to update my time blocking because I have not been as committed to my time blocks in the morning because I'm just trying to do the things that I have to do to get, for sideline prep to get done before I go into the TV station. I could definitely be more deliberate and more thought out and more thoughtful about my time blocks first thing in the morning. So what are you going to do? Okay, good. So Melissa says she's working on her vision board. That's what I love to hear. Most definitely. I love, 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 love my vision board. Alexis says time blocking has helped her so much. Yes, I'm glad that you implemented it and she's part of our program. So congratulations. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes, Janet, thank you for putting this quote, commit to your dreams and go after them. Thank you. Thank you. That is awesome. All right, so what are you all going to commit to after listening to MaKayla? Like, what change are you going to make to kind of help you level up and be the person that you know you need to be? All right, so really quick, just a couple of things. Yes, love this. Reframing thoughts. Yep, taking a thought and reframing it, repositioning it, restating it so that it is more positive and is more empowering, most definitely. I need to find time to block out your calendar. Yes, it's a game changer, guys. And I have to admit, I mean, it is a hard habit to stick to because you're like, oh, well, it's 11 o'clock and I should be doing XYZ. No one's going to know that I'm not doing XYZ. I'm just going to go sit on the couch. Like, it is hard to commit to it, but once you get in the habit of doing it, you'll realize how much more you're completing and how much better you feel at the end of each day, that it becomes like addicting. It literally becomes addicting. Yes, Janet, dancing in the morning. We just talked about this, right? So, Janet has committed to starting Monday, that she is going to do some sort of dancing in the morning. And I think we said, what did we say, 2 or 3 times a week? That way, guys, if you do it in the morning, it gets done. And then you feel so much better about yourself. Okay. So, really quick, I know I don't want to monopolize your Saturday, but I do want to just share a couple of things that have literally been game changers for me, that are super simple. You've heard about them from probably multiple people. You've probably heard about it from myself. But if you implement these things, it's going to be game changer for you. Okay. So the first thing is focusing on an evening routine and not allowing this to be your alarm. Okay. So really thinking about your evening routine, like clear, washing your face, reading at night, stretching, like whatever it is to help you unwind, to just reflect. Reflecting on your accomplishments for the day, what went well that day, planning out what you're going to do for the next day. So, really utilizing your evenings to set yourself up for success the next day. At night, when you go to sleep, visualizing, closing your eyes as you're falling asleep and just thinking about and seeing your future self, believing that it's possible for you, right? And really just sitting into that as you're falling asleep. Don't allow this to be your alarm. Put this somewhere else. If it is your alarm, that's fine. Put it in the restroom. Put it somewhere where you have to get up and then go turn off the alarm. Because what is happening is you are sleeping your day away. Every time you snooze, you put your body back into what's called a sleep cycle, which means that the next time that your alarm goes off, because you haven't completed that sleep cycle in 10 minutes, because a sleep cycle is literally 60 minutes to 90 minutes, you're interrupting that sleep cycle. So then you feel even more tired than you were before. Okay. So stop snoozing and stop using this as your alarm. And if it is your alarm, which is fine, get up, put it somewhere where you have to actually get up, do 5 push ups, which will wake you up so that you don't snooze. Okay. Start your morning off with an accomplishment. And one of the biggest accomplishments that you can have in the morning is not snoozing. The second one, make up your bed immediately. That's a sense of accomplishment. It literally takes 30 seconds. Make up your bed, sense of accomplishment. And then utilize your mornings and make sure that your mornings are for you. Most of the time, and you likely won't want to admit this in the chat, but most of the time, people are literally getting up, brushing their teeth, throwing on their clothes, and rushing out of the house to get to work. What did you do for yourself? What what progress did you make toward your goals? What did you do to get yourself 1% better than you were yesterday? Whatever it is that you want to accomplish, you want to take that goal and that dream and focus on it first thing in the morning. And it's going to be a game changer for you. Okay. So focus on that one goal first thing in the morning. Okay. Then build onto your morning routine. All right. So for your morning routine, I most definitely recommend working out because that's going to help, get your energy up, your metabolism running. You're going to feel good all day. Meditation, your affirmations, okay, and working on your goals, right? Working, just doing one thing toward the goals that you have. You have to start your morning off for yourself and you have to end your days for yourself. Okay. Your morning and your evening routines, I feel like, are some of the most important elements of a successful life and a successful day. If you own your mornings, you're going to own your days. When you own your days, you own your weeks, your months, your quarters, your years. Okay. And it's so, so important. The other thing that is very important is what you say to yourself, your self talk, your affirmations, what you believe is possible for yourself. Your affirmations you can literally do in the morning or in the evening. Journal them. I am amazing. I am powerful. I am a pro cheerleader. I am a doer. I am an action taker. I am the best thing since sliced bread. You know what I mean? Use those affirmations. If you don't believe it right now, it's okay. You will believe it. The more that you tell yourself, the more that you say it, the more that you feel it, the more you will believe it. And it's really, really important what you tell yourself every single day. It's really, really important. You can't like make a mistake and say, oh my God, you're so dumb. No, you're not. You're human. You made a mistake. Learn from the mistake, keep going. You fell down, you failed. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that I wasn't successful. How did I fail? Instead, oh my gosh, Janine, congratulations, you failed. That means you're learning. That means you're striving. You're pushing yourself. That means you're going for something that you've never gone for before. That means you're doing something that's uncomfortable. You're getting outside of your comfort zone. Congratulations, Janine. Get up. Let's keep going. Pump your arms. Keep on pushing. It's so, so important. Yes, I say my affirmations every day. I have reminders on my phone for my affirmations because sometimes in the hustle and bustle of the day, I forget. But when it pops up on my phone, I see it and then I repeat it 5 times. And sometimes maybe I only get to repeat it once. With this new job as a TV anchor, sometimes I see it and I'm like, okay, I got you. Like literally right here, right? I am living my best life today and every day. I am living my best life today and every day. I am living my best life today and every day. I am living my best life today and every day. How does that not get you pumped and excited to live your best life today and every day? Like just saying that, just, saying that, it's so, so important. So I don't want to overwhelm you with all of the things, right? So MaKayla gave you a great list. The things that I really want you to think about right now: morning routine, evening routine, and then your self talk in between. Morning routine, evening routine, and your self talk in between. Because what you say is what you believe, and what you believe, you achieve. What you say is what you believe, and what you believe, you achieve. So, what you tell yourself every single day is so important. If you believe it, you can achieve it. Okay. And don't forget, we're here to help you every single step of the way. We are here to help you. Oh my gosh. All right. Yes, I love this idea. I have an inspirational saying Pinterest board, most definitely. And then who you're following, right? Who you're following on social media is so important. And that's another thing, guys. Stay off the social media. Unless it's your job, focus on your life. Don't focus on everyone else's life. Unless it's a motivational inspiration board on Pinterest, right? Or you're following very inspirational people. When you go in your feed, it should motivate you and inspire you, not like make you feel worse about yourself. And we spend way, way, way too much time, unfortunately, on social media looking at other people's lives instead of focusing on our own. All right, guys. So thank you so much for spending your Saturday with us and with me. I really, really do appreciate it. I do want to remind you guys that enrollment and registration is open for our Approach Your Playbook program if you're not already a part of it. We would love for you to apply to join us. Everyone that you've spoken to is a part of our family. Everyone that you've spoken to has gone to the next level because they decided to commit to themselves and to put in the work and to trust in myself and my coaches to get things done. If you apply by tonight at midnight, you will be invited to our VIP bonus day, which is happening on Monday at 8 p.m. So obviously, I would love, love, love to see you there. We always want you to tag and share about Sideline Prep. Sharing is caring. Let other people know as well about what you're involved in and who you're connected to. We want to obviously connect with you and you to connect with us. So make sure you're following us on social media and we'll follow you back. And it really just has been a very amazing, amazing week. I have literally been re-energized by communicating, sharing, and talking with you all this week. I really appreciate you all showing up for yourselves. I really appreciate you taking the time to put your goals and your dreams first. I really appreciate that you are striving to do better, be better, and to level up because that's what life is all about. Life is not about the status quo. Life is not about just coasting. Life is not about just waking up and doing the same thing every single day. Life is about living in your purpose. Life is about finding happiness and being happy. Life is about achieving the things that you most want to achieve, right? It's about giving to others and helping others. It's about sending the elevator back down, right? Life is about you living in your purpose and being very mindful and committed to your own personal development and growth and getting better every single day and helping others do the same. And that's what I enjoy the most, right? I enjoy doing that the most. I enjoy helping people like you do the things that you need to do to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. That's what it's all about, guys. It really is. Okay. So I just saw a comment in here. So let me go ahead and put this link here for you. Where do I apply? Right here at this website, sidelineprepprocheer.com/procheer apply. And I'm so, so excited that you want to apply. So it's super, super exciting. Yes, Queen Jade, I'm talking about you. Where do we apply? Let's do this. Let's do this, Jade. I am ready, guys. I'm ready to help you all level up. Like so many people that you all have heard from this week put their trust in us and look at where they are. Look at where they are. They're living their best lives, and it's time for you to live your best life too. Okay. All right, guys. It has been absolutely wonderful hanging out with you this Saturday. I hope everyone has an amazing Easter weekend. I will see you all, those that apply, Monday evening for the VIP session. I can't wait to get on the phone with you all for those that apply. And even if you don't apply, remember, we are here for you. You know, our Pro Cheer Playbook program is, yes, the premier coaching program. Over 70% success rate, but we give free content all the time. So if you go into, and some of you all are already in there, our Prep to Pro Facebook group, every single week we have a new session and a new class in there. We are here for you every single day, all day, right? This is what we do. We are here for you to help you level up. All right. Well, that is it. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Have an amazing Easter weekend. And I am Janine Samuel signing off for Sideline Prep and all of our Sideline Prep coaches, wishing you success in all that you do. And thank you to Janet for stepping in here today and helping out in our chat. Appreciate you as well. All right, guys. Thanks for being here and have a great weekend. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.